Hello, friends. This is Students of Life podcast, and today we have one of my finest friends from the college days, and I have known him from not many years. He is a data security enthusiast, business analyst, hustler, and a Six Sigma expert. Mitesh Karamchandani. How are you, my friend?
All good, sir. How are you?
I am feeling great because this is the first time that we are doing a video call and we are really, into this. For a beginner like me, it's a really exciting thing. Just like a child, you know, excited about his first day in the school. It's like that. So we have,
Same with me.
yes, we have known each other and we have also shared some common workplace. So, Mitesh, can you just tell me about your journey right from the first till now? If you can help us know, because the listeners would surely like to know you as a person and what is your expertise.
Okay, so about myself. So,
Yes.
like Raj said, I'm a cybersecurity or data security enthusiast. Enthusiast. Yes, I've done a couple of certifications. Worked as an data privacy officer. Have led a couple of projects to certify the organization for ISO 27001, which is a information security management system. And also, I started my career not with the data security though. Like I was like more into the quality. But before I start with that, I would just like to give some idea about how my career start. Like where Raj asked. So
Yes.
like first job, yes, it started with a very low confidence, no idea about future, no options available apart from working in night shifts. So
Correct. Correct.
like I started my journey with BPO,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, that's the best part I could have get because to work in a BPO, you have to be very good communicator, right?
That's
And
correct.
that was the biggest
Perfect.
opportunity or a weakness you can say in me. So that is the first thing which BPO gave it to me, communication. So you have to open up, talk to the customers, talk to
Right.
your peers, talk to your managers. So you have to express yourself well, articulate your statements very well, so that you can have very less words, but you can uh, explain everything in just short statements. You can't just keep on writing essays to the customer and keep them boring. So definitely
Correct.
that's the first thing I learned from BPO. So but thanks to my mentors actually, who guided me through every stage of my career, not just when I was an online sales rep. Like we were working together, so from coaching sessions to all those trainings and everything. So that really helped me a lot. Even uh, that's where I came to know that my interest area is analytics, and I decided to build my career in Six Sigma because of those mentors who helped me out, who guided me throughout my journey. And like after that, it was like I went through a couple of trainings of green belt, black belt, team management, and was there my graph was always following the positive trajectory, and have been always excelling in my career. and and so far, like where I am standing, not
Yes.
in a
Yes.
very big position, but yes, I'm happy with the way I have come from a sales executive to someone who has been into this data security and quality management profile.
Right. Mitesh, actually, for a person like me, I can see that right from 2009 up till now, you have come a long way. Because many people, many people, they dream to be in a position that you are at present. And I just want to know, how was it like? How was the mentors they were mentoring you, and did you really enjoy the initial work pressure that it was having it?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
When you are constantly pressurized for making sales and give best of what you can, so you're always in that mental state of why me, man. Let
Right.
me
Right.
live. Don't
Right.
just keep on bugging me by all the sales numbers. So
Right.
definitely to adapt and to digest all those corporate terminologies and the culture and the way it works, it took
Okay.
time. But
That's
definitely
correct.
alone you cannot achieve or do some anything in corporate or personal life. So there are people who are always responsible for
Yes.
driving you and forcing you to become what you are. So definitely a lot of people have helped me out, and they have
Okay.
understood honestly, like not ignoring the weaknesses or opportunities that I was having. They were always like given me all the support, and even not on just professional ground but even personally they have always been there and guided me that so that I can excel in my career, not just sustain in a job.
Yes.
So
Yes.
definitely it was a very exciting journey, I would say. I don't remember any of my past incident which I feel should not have happened in corporate life. Everything that has happened has given me some reason, some cause to drive and be where I am right now.
Yes. Yes. And we should be really thankful to our obstacles and all the problems that come in our life.
Definitely.
Because of that, we become stronger, and that's what, like,
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
those problems, we are what we are right now. So I want to personally know
Definitely.
when was that big moment of your life which made you look ahead, like you were working as at the agent level. So when was that moment which made you feel like now I should go, I should do more, I should learn more and take up something more interesting topic and which can give me more money as well as more satisfaction.
So Raj, it's like till the time people like me who do not get some hard beating, you never learn. I mean that's how I call it myself. So
Yes, yes.
so you need some shocking moments or shocking incidents in your life to make you realize of where you are standing, because till the time you don't accept your current situation you will never plan for the next step. So that
Correct.
is something what happened with me, and that's where I realized that I need to invest my time into a lot of learnings, and uh, if I want to grow, a lot of things I'll need to adapt. I can't just be like this and expect that I should get good position or good salary in corporate world. So is it okay if I share a story to explain?
Of course, you can, because that will help me and many of the students watching this, many of the listeners watching this, they will be
Okay, so
able to understand you as a
thanks a lot.
person.
Definitely.
Hmm.
So I mean, I can recall that incident very well. It was an amazing interview for a role of project manager,
Yes.
HDFC Bank, for the most famous tourist place in India, that is Goa. So
Hmm.
I was all pumped up for an interview and already dreaming about the situation of lying on the beach and enjoying my life.
Okay.
Uh, First question in the interview went pretty well. It was pretty simple.
Okay.
After that, I was not able to answer any of the questions.
Oh my
So
God.
you can imagine the
Yes,
level
yes,
of
yes, yes.
embarrassment and the level of rejection what I was facing.
Yes,
So there is a famous saying, half knowledge is always dangerous. So either be ignorant or be excellent.
that's
And I
it.
was neither of it. So so that moment of embarrassment gave me a big realization,
Okay.
big reality check on the importance of knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Post that, like I invested good time in learning concepts and teaching those concepts, giving me better perspective about Six Sigma and quality uh, tools. So, like every question that was asked during my training sessions, like challenged me more and more to touch base every aspect of the tools,
Yes.
techniques, or methods used for Six Sigma projects. So, definitely, it was a big change that happened after that. Uh, you just can't rely that okay, you have got the certification, so you are eligible for the job.
Hmm.
Knowledge is must, even if you don't have certification. I mean, so far I have faced so many interviews for Six Sigma and quality. Nobody
Okay.
has really asked from where have you done the certification, to be very
Hmm.
honest.
Right.
But if you don't have knowledge, then boss, sorry, you're not eligible for the job. That's how it works. And that's what it is expected. So certification shows that okay, you have some knowledge. But if
Right.
you're not able to justify, then there is no point of having such certification from no matter wherever you do it.
Hmm.
So that was a big moment for me,
Okay.
a big realization that has ever happened in my life. To be very honest.
That's that is the true thing when a teacher is not prepared for the class and the class starts asking the doubts. That's when the teacher realizes, oh my god, I really don't know the subject, and I need to study the subject perfectly, right? I have faced such embarrassment, so I can understand that. And students, they should learn that, you
It's
know
horrible.
certification will lead you to the interview, but your skills and your knowledge will help you crack the interview, right?
True.
Yes, so that's what we
Definitely.
both have
And if
learned.
you see the
Mhm.
situation currently, like pandemic situation, so your experience alone can't get you job. You need to
Right.
have diversified skills, knowledge about those skills, and you have to justify it. You can't
Correct.
just say I have 10 certifications and give me a job. You can't ask for a job like that.
Yes, we have to prove ourselves that we are worth it, right? This is what I am, this is the value that I have. Correct.
Definitely.
Okay. And Mitesh,
Yeah,
see,
and if they are investing a lot of money,
mhm. That
yes, sorry, good.
yes, see, you are moving to a point that if people invest money, they expect something in return. They don't expect anything superficial, right?
Some value.
Yes, yes. So,
Right.
Mitesh, my next question for you is very important, and it's also very important for anyone who is going to do a job or someone who is doing a job. I want to ask, what is your work ethic? Like, how do you go about completing a project or a task?
Okay. So first and most important thing I learned, I don't want to take anyone's name, but
Hmm.
yes, few of the supervisors, I found they were very strict initially, but later I realized that what they have taught me is priceless. I mean, so the most important thing what I learned was quality in whatever you deliver. So
Okay.
that's the first thing I realized when I started using those techniques or tips, whatever they gave me at that point of time, which I was not really ready to accept, and like I thought it's foolishness probably. But
Hmm.
later on, like I found it so amazing then, and I realized that this is what is called quality, and everyone would appreciate quality in the work rather than just chasing the numbers, like the way you present, the way you analyze, and the way you plan everything. That's what it means quality towards your work. That shows that how serious you are about your work, no matter if someone is going to watch it or not.
Right.
So definitely, that's a prime focus for quality in whatever I deliver.
Right. So I understand that you focus more on quality than the quantity, right? So, Mitesh, I have gone through your profile and I have known, like, I've just wanted to know that since you have also worked with as a business analyst and you have got the Six Sigma certification. So, how you help the companies with your present skill set? Like, you have Six Sigma certification as well as you have the knowledge of business analyst. So, how do you help the companies?
So my role since 2013, I was more into data analysis, driving quality improvement projects, and also like certifications called ISO 9001, which is a quality management framework.
Yes.
So I was largely involved into all these activities. So if you talk about I working as a business analyst, so it was more into statistical business analyst and not IT. So
Mhm.
definitely that was also hardcore crunching of the data and information.
Okay.
So like in today's world, data is everything. So data is
Right.
a biggest asset compared to any currency,
Yes.
right? So analyzing and using it for the right decision making or making a decision which will add more value to your business, that's how all this whatever concepts I've learned. So that's what the objective is, to add more value to the business. Because
Okay.
if you talk about BAU, business will keep on running, so there is no problem with that.
Right.
But it's more about growth.
Right.
So these all tools add, like, it acts as an you can say enabler for
Okay.
growing your company in different direction altogether. So
Right.
currently, if you talk about the organizations, so
Mm-hmm.
they have good old traditional way of working, and they are still earning profit and making money out of it. But if they
Mm-hmm.
really want to stand out in the market, then all these things are really necessary now. It's no more kind of an it's good to have. It's a necessity
It's a necessity
because
now.
quality is what is demanded by every customer, no matter if you are in service industry, product industry, or whatever it is.
Mhm. So data analytics, I think it's very important in these days. And I sometimes I go about websites and I see some videos, as well as I follow Whitehead Guru. That's your channel. And after watching those videos, I came to realize that, oh my God, I'm so ignorant in this data field, and a lot of data has been also stolen by some hackers. And it's not, we are not talking about small companies, we are talking about big giant companies, and they have been penalized. So can you just throw some knowledge and some insights about yours, like recent the incidents which have happened, and the guidelines which you give to the people, like to individuals as well as to the companies?
So, primary objective of Whitehead Guru, like it was started by one of my friend. So, along with him, I'm working on to spread awareness in various aspects of cybersecurity, basis on the recent incidents that we come across. So, no
Yes.
matter it's a ransomware attack or
Yes.
data breach or different type of attacks that we come across nowadays, and every day you will see some or the other news. There are a lot of vulnerabilities being exploited, a lot of
Yes. Yes.
cyber attacks getting like
Mhm.
executed
Right.
at a large level. So
Mhm.
the more we are entering into the digital world, the more vulnerable we have become. And it's a fact. The more automation you will try to bring in into the businesses, so it will have a lot of digital tools available for the hackers to exploit, right? So a more of data security, I cannot really summarize into few statements, but yes, uh, now the organization would have to be really serious, at least for those organizations who are dealing with personal information of the customers. So they will have to be very serious in taking every step possible to safeguard the uh, data of the customers, because
Yes.
that's very important nowadays. And that, like the way we discussed initially, that data is everything now. So data has become one uh, you can say asset that is now getting sold by hackers on a lot of the platforms, and they
Mhm.
actually get paid for it.
Right.
so
Right. Right.
so you can't just take it as it is like it was 10 years before. So the level of incidents that are happening in, especially in pandemic, where everyone is working from home, where you do not have a closed network to protect by firewalls and
Yes.
antiviruses.
Yes. Yes.
So now we are more like vulnerable to a lot of the attacks that might happen on our local systems, personal
Mhm.
systems, which
Mhm.
we are using to access the business data. Because not
Correct.
every company would be providing their business assets and monitoring all the traffic on the laptops. So
Correct. Correct.
definitely, a lot of the basic guidelines needs to be followed. Password management, access management, like how do you ensure that people are aware of what to do and what not to do while they're accessing
Yes.
the websites.
Yes.
So all
Yes.
those awareness would play a very critical role, because
Mhm.
every user would have to play an equally important role in protecting their own self, and that's how they will protect the organization from getting attacked,
Correct. Correct.
right? So that's an individual's responsibility first of all, and then it's an organization responsibility.
Right.
Every employee is responsible to protect their set of information what they are accessing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are, like, you can watch a lot of recommendations that we have put forward in every video that we put in.
Yes. Yes.
So these are not so technical, I would say, but these are
Mhm.
very basic things, very very basic things. If you follow it, I think
Yes.
we can have very matured information security that can be implemented in the organizations and for the individuals as well.
Yes, man. So, if I talk about the crux of your, just now, whatever you said, I think it's more of an individual responsibility. First of all, an individual should become aware that such security threat exists. And one of the best quotes that I found in your videos at the end, it was said by one of the ladies. she said that the fact that data security threat is absent, that itself is a big mistake people make. I think that was the summary of that quote. So I really love that, because in India, India people don't give as much importance to data security as the Western world is giving right now. But slowly and gradually I feel that more and more enlightened Indians who are aware, they they will put into practice all the guidelines that your videos are providing, and they are really excellent, because when we go through your videos, they are really short, crisp, and concise, and up to the point. That's what I like, because anyone can have 3 minutes. They can have 3 minutes for watching all those beneficial things, apart from watching any comedy videos of TikTok, right? So
Correct, correct.
moving,
Thanks a lot,
yeah.
Rasa.
So moving forward, I I also came to know that you are undergoing NLP training. That's an what do you say, neuro linguistic programming training. So can you just
Yeah.
tell me something about it, and so that the listeners will also come to know, like in a brief, short thing, you can summarize it. What is it actually?
So NLP is, if I just summarize in two statements, it will be like just rewiring your entire thought process to live a
Okay.
better life or happy life and to be more productive of whatever you do in
Okay.
life. Maybe it's personal or professional life. So
Right.
you can have a more satisfactory outcome comparatively. Because right now the stress level of every individual is so high because of job or because of n number of reasons. So
Right.
right now you don't have to go and find a reason to get stressed. You already have so many. So NLP is such thing what I found personally, like it just changes the way you look at things. The perspective changes. Because
Okay.
if your perspective changes, your thoughts change. And if your thoughts change, your entire decision making system changes. So
Correct.
definitely it
Correct.
will have a definite amazing outcomes.
Right. And I really wish that such kind of programs and certification courses, or at least on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, such kind of programs should also be implemented in the schools as well as colleges. Most importantly, the colleges, because that's where people mess up with their life. Don't you feel that? Right, most of the students, they mess
Absolutely.
up with their
And
life during those last 3 to 4 years of college.
it's
Right.
how you balance your IQ and EQ quotient.
Yes, yes.
Right now, it's more of an focusing on the IQ quotient of how to become more and more intelligent, more and more smart.
Yes.
But we tend to ignore this EQ quotient, which actually drives the IQ quotient.
Correct, correct.
So definitely, I agree with your point. It should be part of somewhere, not NLP as a subject, but
Hmm.
somewhere a lot of the exercise or tools can be followed
Tools.
through the. Yeah,
Yes.
so one of my mentors, he is a child psychologist. So the
Okay.
way he is teaching, his teaching methodologies are very amazing. So
Hmm.
he actually has put in this as a part of teaching curriculum. So
That's
it's
amazing, man.
very fantastic to see such changes.
Wow. So you are talking about a teacher who has started implementing this. Is he teaching to some students, or to his own family?
Yes.
Hmm.
No, he's actually teaching to students.
Wow. Because such kind of teachers and such kind of methods should be applicable in the school also. Teachers and parents, they have a moral responsibility for such things. I believe so. And
Absolutely.
uh, like, you have also worked with many companies, many IT companies. So do you have any ideas or any views about the IT startups, and certain need, that what are the needs for IT startup for having a data security expert in their own in their own company, like that?
So everyone feels that IT security, first of all, is a cost.
Yes,
And second thing, they feel that IT is only responsibility of just IT department,
that's
which
correct.
is not actually the fact. Like, because when I started implementing, I was focusing on every department, starting from a security guard to the like support staff of the organization.
Hmm.
Everyone was trained. Everyone was equally involved in driving it. So without their participation or their involvement, you can't really have you. you can't really even call yourself as that you are following the IT security safeguards.
Okay.
So that is very important, I feel, for any startup. So it's not that you have to invest hefty money to really follow a basic framework of IT security. There are a lot of open source tools also available in the market,
Right.
and even through following through basic guidelines as well. If you really invest time in that, I think you can have a very formal structure available for your organization, no matter it's a 10 people organization or a 10,000 people organization. You can
Yes.
really drive it effectively because
Mhm.
everyone feels that once we have money, we'll start investing in IT security.
Yes.
But how
Yes.
about if you start investing from the day when you start? All your
Yes.
policies and everything will be so matured by the time you
Yes.
grow that
Ah.
your culture's DNA will have that in as a part of it. You can't separate it out as a separate topic called IT security.
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
that's how it should work.
And I really really like that point which you put forward. Culture. This is the point when I was reading the book Zero to One. In that book also he talks about culture, that people, they start their company's culture right from the start, and even if the company breaks down or it is sold to someone else, like PayPal was sold to other company. So even their co-founders, they separated from each other, and then also they all were successful. That's why they were called PayPal mafia. And they had all that culture and
Oh,
everything, all the values, and based on those values and mindset and culture, they were successful in each and every company that they started. Like Elon Musk started Tesla and SpaceX. Other people also were involved. So I really like that word about culture. People forget it because they think that this will be taken care later on, but this is the first priority. It is.
and and it is very difficult to change once you really make people habituated to a specific way of working, because
Yes, yes,
everyone
yes,
holds themselves into that specific culture, so that
yes.
starting from communicating over email to everything.
Right,
So
right, right.
let's say one organization really prefers to have just pick up the phone and just dial in and talk to a person. Well,
Hmm.
other are always follow the calendar and make sure you follow the email etiquettes pretty well. So
Right, right.
these are two different sets of culture, but these small things also make a lot of difference in how
Correct,
your
correct, correct,
organization is getting shaped up,
correct.
because that shows that what have you communicated to every individual,
Hmm.
because it doesn't just happen because of one individual.
Right.
Everyone has been subconsciously trained in a way that okay, this is how it works
Yes,
here,
yes,
and
yes.
that's how it just goes in the flow, and to change it, it's a lot to do. And that's where a lot of the change management professionals face all this cultural change as a main obstacle
Correct, correct. People are,
when they really try
very
to drive any of the process activities, no matter it's IT or quality.
right, right, right. I think the point that you're trying to make is that, people, when they get habituated to their certain procedures and routines, they don't want to come out of it. And it's very hard to change once those routines are, installed in your brain. Then a new culture cannot erupt,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it's like you are a right-handed person. If I ask you, okay, just follow the practice of using your left hand to right. I
Hmm.
mean, initially it will be very difficult, and then sometime you'll just fed up like, leave it, man. Let me just use my right hand to write. Why should I bother and do all these things when I know how to write
Right,
it from my right hand? When the
right.
work is getting done, why should I bother to change the culture or adapt new technology or new process?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, yes. I
that's a
think
human mindset.
that is human mindset, Mitesh. And one of the things I would like to put here is that whenever there's a big crisis, whenever there's a big, huge crisis or a shock to an organization, then the leadership, breaks down, and then a new leadership comes up. And during that moment of crisis, I think new patterns can emerge because of that crisis. Just like in India, we have this crisis of all over the world, all over the world we have the crisis of coronavirus. So because of that, we have adopted to certain methods now. Everyone is very cautious about using sanitizers, wearing the mask. Initially, it was very awkward, and we were not used to it. But now we are used to it. So because of this crisis, I think India has uh, now more skills going online, and many teachers are now teaching online. Students are learning. So this has put India, I think, 10 years ahead. This change could not have taken place, coming online and doing stuff that
Possibly.
the way we are doing it, it could not have happened for the next 5 years because of this crisis. So I think crisis also plays a very important role in a person's
Very,
life,
very important.
as well as in the country or the company, right?
And in fact, it's more often fear,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. More
So
of a
let's
fear.
say there were new data privacy laws coming into picture. So it was coming with a very hefty fine,
Yes.
20 million euros or some crores and crores of
Uh-huh.
penalties if you don't follow some basic guideline and make
Mhm.
sure you protect the information. So now you don't have an option. You can't just say I have this X number of certifications for the organization. So
Yes.
for the government authorities, okay, for us we never asked for the certification. We just asked you to protect the information.
Mhm.
So were you able to successfully do it? So if the breaches happen, definitely you are liable to pay the penalty. So
Right.
because of fear, a lot of the companies have really started putting in focus on this IT security, and I've seen it, and it's not that just fear, but yes, those few companies who are not really considering the IT security as one of the basic fundamental part of business growth,
Right.
now they have adapted to it.
Now
Now
they
it's a
understand.
necessity, like the way
Now,
the
yes.
crisis, yeah,
Now they understand the
because they can't
importance.
afford to have such big fines. And
Right,
then
right.
you might have seen those news videos what I posted. So fines are so bad. I mean, it can
Yes.
really hit
Millions,
the
millions
revenues
of
and
dollars.
profitability of the company.
Yes,
Yeah.
millions of dollars. Fine. Okay, Mitesh. So let's move forward. And I just want to ask certain things which are a bit personal, like not those that professional, but what will you say to a person who is entering into, the job market, or trying to get a job right now as a youngster? And what are the basic skills that a person must have? Without those skills, you will not be successful in the any workplace, at any workplace, in the job or business. Any one or two skills or three skills you might tell.
So skills, I would say, yes, definitely communication and all those things would really matter no matter which profile you step into, because you might get a job, but growth all depends on all those basic parameters which we tend to ignore sometimes.
Okay.
So I would not say a skill, but an attitude to learn, because if you don't have an attitude to explore, the
Right.
moment the salary starts rising, if your skill level doesn't rise or the new skill doesn't get acquired, then
Right.
probably this graph will go stagnant at some point of time. We'll be just
Right.
stuck there. So
Yes.
any newcomer who steps into any job they get into,
Mhm.
so they first have to explore, is this the passion that they want to follow? And if yes, then what are the opportunities? What are the skills they have to develop? And they should immediately start focusing on it. Because
Right.
like if a person, let's say I started at the age of 28 to start learning new skills. What if I would have started 20 at the age of 24? Like
Yes.
I might have been at a different level altogether right now at this age. So
Correct.
it's a lot of difference of making sure that both the graphs have positive correlation with each other. The skill, new skills, and also the salary part, the monetary part.
Right. So I think these are the skills which are important for the youngsters who are willing to take up in any kind of job or business or that. Somewhere I had heard one of the skills which was very important was the communication skills. I thought that yes, this
Absolutely.
is one of the best important skills a person must have. Communication skills, interpersonal skills. Because of that, many people lose their jobs. So I have, yeah,
Yeah,
I have.
and in fact, taking so many interviews, like it's not that person doesn't have a knowledge, but if you don't know the right articulation or
Yes.
how to communicate in a very simple layman language, you
Yes.
don't use so much of hi-fi English and the good vocabulary, it's okay. But
Yes.
if a person understands in just one statement or two statement, I think you are a very good communicator. You
That's
don't need to repeat yourself.
right. Right.
So that's a basic skill. I would say it makes a lot of difference in the interviews as well. How to
Right.
best put forward your knowledge or skills that you have.
Yes. Yes, and just that the point you mentioned about interview, during those interview timings, people are completely, prepared, they rehearse, and then they appear for the interview, and then they speak the same things that the other HR person will also know. And I love that
It
question of HR. I love those questions of HR,
it
when they
reminds me of my interviews also.
correct, 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 man. You know, the HRs sometimes they say, so Rajkumar, where do you see after 5 years? So I really have no idea, but to say the things that they want to say, that they want to listen, that I want to see growing myself into this company and everything like that. But at the back of the mind, we know
And
that
and
these are not the true things.
you're so wired to answer those questions. Like you are just
Yes,
so ready, and
yes,
it just
yes,
comes naturally. Even if someone is like, okay, is not in the interview zone also, and you just ask them casually, they will just repeat the same answers.
yes,
I
same
want to grow
answers.
myself. I want to see myself, but it's not objectivity. It's just generalization.
Generalize,
Everyone
yes,
who steps
generalize.
into the company wants to grow. There's
Yes,
nothing different. As some, no one will say, "Oh, I don't want to grow in this company," but
yes,
I
yes.
still want to get hired.
I want to work hard in this company and prove myself, prove my skills, and then move up the ladder. So the HR was also impressed. Oh, really? Nice thoughts, man. Really. But
But honestly, the interview patterns are also changed. Have also changed recently. Like it's
mhm.
not the same. They
Okay,
don't ask so general question nowadays. I
okay.
mean,
Now,
because they also are hiring a resource who will sustain and add value to the organization. So
okay.
asking same questions, what they know the answers probably will
Mhm.
not make sense. They are just wasting their time and your time also. So
Correct, correct.
last interview what I gave in for this company where I'm working was
Uh-huh.
not that lengthy, but there was very specific questions, specific answers, and it was done. Like it was just half an hour, 45 minutes. I was done with the interview. I was
Okay.
selected. So
Wow.
probably everyone now is focusing on okay, how to evaluate. So there are a lot of tests you might have seen, psychometric tests, and a lot of things
Yes.
are added in the interview process.
Correct,
So
correct, correct.
definitely, a lot of the companies have changed the way they analyze people's skills.
Yes. Now the companies have understood. They are evolving. We can say they are evolving with the human mind and behavior. They also know that these things are available online, so candidates can
Absolutely.
go and read
And
it. Right.
those like in Hindi we say ratta maro. So those questions doesn't work now. Answers doesn't
Right,
work
right.
now. It has to be very specific. And
Yes.
somewhere you will be caught
Yes,
if you
yes.
try to.
Obviously. If
Yeah.
we if we just try to avoid it, we'll be caught, and the HR will come to know. So yes, Mitesh. So let's move forward. And now I just want to ask you something. Let's go in future. If What are your views about India? Like for the next 5 years or 10 or 20 years, where do you see India as a country, as a group of individuals? Is it heading to the right direction, or what are the future opportunities that Indian people have?
It's a big question to be asked, honestly.
Yes, yes.
Uh, I might not have a complete visibility, but yes, so far what I've seen now, we are already on a massive growth path. So every company, what we are seeing nowadays, is really growing a lot. Plus, a lot of the skill requirements, a lot of changes in this pandemic, in terms of the way the uh, corporates have started working.
Yes.
Every industry has started working. So there are a lot of positive changes that also we can see nowadays. So yes, we have been hit very badly in this pandemic. A lot of lives lost, definitely, which is not good for any individual, any family, or even the country at all.
Yes.
On the other side, we have adapted. We have tried to change in a way that our economy doesn't drastically go down and
Yes.
people start seeing major recession. Yes, people have lost the jobs, but it has also increased the requirement or demand of having more skilled people, diversified skilled people. So
Correct.
that's a way forward. I can see that diversification would be the key to
Oh,
grow. And every industry, every company would start looking at people with multiple skill sets rather than just one skill set and just focusing on that. So definitely that's something I feel personally that if you have multiple skills, I think it will also increase the opportunities for you also to get a job.
yes,
And
yes.
and it's not a company would not hire. Any company would have some basic requirement to sustain and grow in the market, no matter it's uh, in current pandemic situation or after it. So
Correct.
it's a basic requirement. So any company can't work without employees also.
That's correct, man. Correct. So very rightly said that. And Mitesh, now let's talk about your daily routine. Like, what is your present routine and how you are becoming more of a person during these days?
Honestly, recently I've made a lot of changes in the way I function, like because of NLP. So some of the basic rituals I've started doing,
Yes.
and after seeing you following the journal, I started using the journals and
Okay.
creating my
You have your
like
journal ready. See, this is
yeah,
mine.
yeah, every day.
This is
So
my
I have
personal
written
follow.
here that
Yeah.
okay, today is my call with Raj. So yes,
Okay.
I do maintain and follow it religiously.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I'm trying to change all these actions into habit.
Okay.
So that's how my routine has been changed recently. Couple
Uh,
of disciplines that I tried to follow. Trying to wake up early. So from last 1 week, that's a set time. I'm waking up without keeping my alarm on snooze, which was the biggest problem I was facing for so many years.
okay.
So just bit of the change in your self-talk and a lot of the inner engineering
Hmm.
uh, that I have done. So now the patterns are becoming consistent rather than just follow for some period of time and just break it down again and you're just back norm.
Yes, yes.
So trying to break the old pattern, create a new one, and making it as a habit. And rituals like meditation, certain of the this journaling. Like before I sleep, I'll open my book, put down everything for tomorrow, what I've done today.
Wow,
So
that
I'll
is good.
just
That is good,
everything.
actually.
So and I really see that's a lot of value add in the way we follow these things. We do not give a lot of importance to such activities, but
Yes.
it keeps you on track.
Yes.
So when you say, okay, I have a goal, but are your daily actions aligned with your goals or not?
Exactly, exactly.
So
Yes.
I want to become a pilot, but I am still trying to learn swimming, which has no correlation becoming a pilot. So
Yes.
definitely your daily action matters a lot.
Yes, yes, man. Our daily actions has to be aligned with our goals, right? That's the
Absolutely.
biggest, that is one
And
of the biggest obstacles people face. They decide, but they are not able to
uh,
follow through. Hmm. You were
there are a lot of what do you say impulsive actions. When we put a goal, we are so motivated, so excited. Oh man, I want to do this. I want to have six packs, and I want to have a very muscular body. But when it
Mhm.
comes to how, that's
Yes.
where we really don't focus on the small
Process.
things. We
Yes.
always have big plans.
Big plans.
Big
Right,
plans.
right.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will have my diet. I'll go to gym. But how you'll make sure that you reach to the gym every day at a
Yes.
certain point
Yes.
of time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I paid money in the gym, but God knows my soul is going or who is going to the gym, I don't know on my behalf. So
Okay.
that is something very important.
Yes, yes, Mitesh. I have personally, experienced these things. So we can have a huge discussion on these things, man. I'm really into this. I have been reading books and I am living that life, I can say. I'm living that kind of life.
And you are the one who should actually give some inputs on these things. rather than me. I mean, I've seen the post. Initially, I was like, what is this 100 push-ups?
Yes, yes,
Then I
yes,
started reading carefully every day, every day. I said, okay, okay.
yes, yes,
That shows that this is something now. It's a habit. It's not just impulsive action just to show someone or just to show yourself. Oh, I can do this, and you're just
yes, yes.
once it is done, you are done,
Yes, I'm
and
done.
you are out of it.
I am done with that. The most important thing I feel that, after doing that workout, whatever thoughts that come to my mind, I put down those thoughts in the post, and that are my basic pure thoughts. No, not copied from any books or anything like that. I just put it down in that. I love that guy, David Goggins. Man, I love that guy. Really, he
Okay.
he, he is a beast. He is toughest person on earth. That's what they say. So I was really inspired by him.
Mhm.
Let's move forward to this. And Mitesh, you said that you have been practicing meditation and you are having a really healthy lifestyle as of now. And the last thing I want to ask you that what is the advice that you will give to all the youngsters and all the people who are watching this podcast and who are listening to you? Because we as individuals now we are grown ups. Now we are not boys. We have been working since last 10 to 12 years. So we can give a piece of advice which is not just from the books but from the wisdom that we have developed. Few lines
So,
for them.
I mean, whatever little things I've learned from life, I just try to summarize and share in a way that it
Yes.
might help someone who might watch this video.
Yes.
So it's not just about number game. Like there are a lot of things we are missing every day in our life. So when you're putting goals, it cannot be just in your career aspect. It has to be touching all the corners of your life, maybe financial, social, everything. So like during NLP sessions that I realized that I was just about numbers and just putting, okay, if you ask me what you will do 2025, it was just numbers. But not sure how. And more often the visualization was not clear. I was not clear. The picture was not that clear. If
Mhm.
you ask me what is the revenue you are aiming or what is financial condition you are aiming at, so
Okay.
that I can tell it in numbers. But myself, if you ask how it will look like, what will the situation, I was not clear.
Okay.
And along with it, how will be my social life, my my family, my wife,
Yes.
and my brother, everyone, my friends, how they will be, and how I'll be as an individual. So that is something is was not clear for me, and that is something I see majority of us are not that clear about when we start our career, or when we are almost like 5 to 10 years in the field where we are trying to grow and make money or have some goals in life. Everyone has some different goals in life, but it needs to have relevance and connection to all the different corners of your life, because that's how you will get yourself uplifted to the uh, goals, or even the situation where you want to be, physically, personally, everywhere. So a lot of things will drive it in accordance to all these things running parallelly.
Yes.
It
Yes.
can't be just you have just financial goal and rest of the goals will be taken care. No, it doesn't happen like that. Finances are influenced by your job, your business, and your business and jobs are influenced by your social life, your family, everything, your health.
Yes.
So a
Yes.
lot of things will come in picture. So my advice to anyone, or just a suggestion for any individual who really wants to change his or her life, I would say have a clear and very concise, or not concise, but clear and very definitive goals for every aspect of life, social,
Right.
economical, everything has to be very clearly defined. Not
Defined.
do
Yeah.
not have very like too many goals, 100 goals. Have five things, but very clearly defined, but for everything in
Correct.
your life. Like
Correct.
it
Correct.
has to, like a car cannot run without tires. Can you expect a car to run without like tires? You can drag it, but you cannot drive it.
Yes. Yes.
So if you feel that your finances are set and your life will be all good, but what about the stress in your life? Who will
Yes.
manage it? Your family,
Correct.
your personal life would be
Yes.
the aspect which will drive it or control it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be it from my end.
Right.
some suggestion standpoint of how you can have a better way of living life and how to achieve goals effectively.
Right. So really, Mitesh, I understand that you are talking about a holistic view of life. Having a balanced life, not giving importance too much importance to one thing, but trying to manage all the things and growing parallelly in each and everything, financially, mentally, physically, relationship wise, everything. So really, Mitesh, it was really
Absolutely.
nice talking to you after a long time, and it's really fun to have a true friend, exchange all the information and knowledge and ideas. Really nice. Thank you so much, Mitesh.
No, actually, thanks to you to make me feel like a celebrity today, which I'm not. But thanks a lot. It was really a great conversation. I think
Uh-huh.
even we are having this video chat for after a very long time.
Yes, yes,
So
man, yes.
absolutely, it was an
uh,
amazing experience.
yes, same here, Mitesh, same here. And so I think we'll be able to do some more in the future. Let's hope for the best, and
Sure, Jyoti.
we'll meet soon
Absolutely.
again. Okay, till then, peace out.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah.
Take care.